Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BF Nations. Today's match will be spectating the final match for North American PC Division 1. And basically why we have this final match here is because these two teams here managed to get the same amount of points, which was 19 during the actual division stage. Now they are fighting for the actual spot to reach the top 1 and gain the $500 prize out of the whole division and be the Division 1 winner of the Incursions here at BF Nations. And the teams fighting, of course, are ZeroDay eSports and the Omniscient. And again, if you are not familiar with our streams, you are able to bet on the team that you think is going to be here. So again, the command for that one is !bet, clan tag of your team, and the amount of battle coins you'll be betting on the team. And if you don't have any battle coins at the moment, you basically get them by watching the stream, or if you actually follow the channel, you'll be given 100 battle coins from the start and start betting from on. And about following, thanks for Ballistic for joining or following the channel earlier on during the countdown. Thanks for joining into the stream. Yes, we're pretty much starting off. So the final here will be playing a kind of a best of 3 situation. So we'll be starting off with the Giant Shadow Redux in the actual Incursions game mode. And yeah, we'll be seeing which team will be taking the win out of this map. So we won't be accepting a draw out of the first or the second map. So if the map will be a draw, then they will replay the map until there is a winner for that map. And after Giant Shadow, we'll be playing the Sinai Desert / King of the Hill game mode. And yeah, third map will be, if we need to play the third map, then we'll be picking a random out of those 2 maps, and we'll be going on from there on out. And if the third map is a draw, then we're actually be moving into a new map altogether. But yeah, we're pretty much already starting here, so let me actually show the gameplay for you. And this was the wrong scene transition, but well, it's a nice logo anyway, so who gives a damn? Switch it to the correct one. Again. Seems okay. That's I think we're back. That was interesting. Yes, at least I'll be seeing the match itself. Again, the stream, there seemed to be a hiccup there. Right. Please let me know, so if the game isn't showing to you, then I need to do some magic with it, but if you see it alright, then continue. But at the moment it seems like Omniscient, well, ZeroDay eSports got the early lead on the flag, but they didn't actually manage to capture it all the way. But ZeroDay eSports is in the lead with the kill tickets, and they're all 1 ticket away from getting the actual point for themselves. And there we go, first point from the flag capture for ZeroDay eSports. And let's see, if it seems like that first person view is a bit too laggy with the spectator mode, might need to be focusing more on the actual overview of the map to see what's going on. Here we see Davey taking a kill on Shadow Weep, And then gets taken out by Pigeon, who then gets taken out by Saxus. A lot of kill tickets being traded off there, and medics, well, actually David was managed to be revived. And Omniscient with the possession of the flag. And do we have the... yes, we do have the incorrect teams on clans, or clans on the squad boxes there, so thanks for pointing that out. So yes, it is indeed Omniscient playing on the blue side and ZeroDay eSports playing. Saxius going for the kill, didn't manage to actually get the kill all the way through to Shadow, but there's some damage, managing to keep him away from the actual flag. Now we see Rocka, though, the tanker for ZeroDay, pushing into the flag, and they're starting to actually capture the flag for themselves. And it's a good timing to try to do that, since if they manage to get it, they have the chance to prevent Omniscient to get their first point. There were only 3 tickets away, so at this point they would need to try to get it with kills. But it seems like no, ZeroDay managed to stop that, and now it seems like the second set will be going for them. Yes, it is more like 4 or 5 AM here for me, so yes. But I don't know what is the excuse for me to say that. Oh, you mean the team names, yes. Well, it's hard to always keep in mind on everything, streaming these things, but yes, second point goes for ZeroDay eSports, and, well, flag is about to be captured by Zero Owl, though. Does not actually see any ZeroDay eSports players close by, but it seems like they'll be doing a bit of a regroup before that. And now it seems like Omniscient might be able to take their first point match. Definitely managing to clear a lot of the infantry players out from the close proximity of the flag, and only 2 tickets away from getting the points, so now Omni is definitely back on the game, and they definitely can... well, they lost the first 2 sets, and the second set was a close one, so they definitely show that it's definitely not over yet. Anyway, just started. Yes, first point for Omniscient. Pigeon takes out Chakius and pushes to the flag, faces off against Zero Hour, but whoa, gets taken out by him. Only 2 health for him left, but manages to clutch that kill, and ZeroDay needs to find another way to get in. Maybe Jackson knows how to get in, although he's facing against Nept. But gets taken out by frags. Seems like ZeroDay is in a bit of a trouble to get to the actual flag area at the moment. Pigeon, the only player for ZeroDay eSports, close to the flag, and he's being hunted by David, but gets taken out. David gets taken, so he manages to regroup with the rest of his team and maybe start their next push. 2-2 on the points. Again, in this game mode, we'll be playing first 7 sets, and then we will be having halftime on the map, and the sides will switch. And again, in this game mode, you gain tickets from kills, from flag captures, from destroying the enemy tank, and squad wiping the whole enemy team. and from 10 tickets you get. And I'm not really able to check how much time you actually have to bet, but I would assume that you have about maybe less than 20 minutes at this point to bet, so remember to do it earlier than you better sooner than late. Shadow Whoop pushing into the house and gets the kill and is gaining the capture now. It seems like ZeroDay eSports managed to get the flag for themselves. But cute play by Omni, managing to tie up the score, and we'll see how long ZeroDay eSports is able to hold the flag here on out. As the ZeroDay's mortar support trying to, well, he's shooting most of the shots towards the infantry, but usually you want to use the mortar support to harass the enemy tank.
We are losing objective butter.
They did not manage to do a whole lot of damage against Nept here, but it's taken out also, so Nept managed to drive pretty much on the flag and it has been cleared, and ZeroDay managed to get 1 point out of that flag capture for themselves, but it seems like they are losing the flag. Even though Omni did leave the flag for a brief second. They are back on it and actually trying to get the cap. So we have seen Jackson here with a quite long flank.
We have lost objective butter.
Yes, Omni managed to get the flag. 0 Hour trying to keep Roka away from the flag with his crossbow. We'll see if he'll be going for a rush with the AT mines, but seems like he's just happy with the crossbow for now. ZeroDay eSports looking for the way to get a flank from the right side to the flag and gets 2 players in. Also, it takes 0 Hour out. Omni has realized that there's enemies on the flag that they need to clear, and Shadow Whoop against 0 Hour. 0 Hour wins that fight. Roka here without his tank anymore. Not really going to be able to do a whole lot against other infantry players, but at least he's able to play some time here for a few seconds that it actually gains them. Tree. Sebby, thanks for all the bits that you gave. Get yourself a coffee. Right, well, thanks for those. Do I sound that sleepy that I would need a coffee? We'll see. We'll see if we have a break enough for me to actually go and make some coffee. Yes, the first half has been played and the points were 4-3 for Omni. So, not anything looking at the kill-death ratios here, and don't really see anyone standing out too much out of it. Of course, we have the Omniscient Xaxios with a 2 KD, but with the Trench Surgeon class, it's not too hard to do that, especially if you're playing it a bit passively. as you should be with that class, since you're the only one able to revive your teammates. About seconds and starting the second half. We'll see. Most of the people that I've heard saying their opinions say that the A side here, or the left side as we see it, would be the easiest side to play, that Omni was playing on the previous half. And, well, that definitely seems to be the case, at least based on how the points have been divided here, so Omni would lead. So if we see or the same kind of even matches here, or even sets here, then we'll be seeing a draw out of the first map. But of course we cannot let the draw happen in final, so if that will be the case, they will be replaying them. ZeroDay eSports managed to get the flag first captured for themselves. See frags here going against the Rocka with his mortar. Managed to do quite a bit of damage to it. Also, we saw Nept shooting at it too, but seems like Rocka managed to get away from that situation and managing to repair his dodge tank. Was that the dodge flag that we saw there? Or emblem? Doge. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, that was shortly lived, that how the ZeroDay managed to keep that flag for themselves, since Omni managed to capture it straight after themselves. So, although it seems like they don't really are able to put a strong defense on it, so it might be that we'll be seeing a change of the color again in a second.
We have taken objective butter.
The objective's ours! Enemies on the road!
It would have been interesting to see where he was getting taken out. I mean, Shakyus. Saxius. Is that the way to pronounce it? I don't know. That's not how I would read it, but... yeah, so Incursions you don't really see where you got killed from in the kill feeds, or kill cams, technically, to say them. So...
ammunition.
quite nice snipe by ZeroDay anyway. House. So ZeroDay seems to be just waiting for their opportunity to push in. They're pretty much short on players for now. Looking to recruit their team and go for the actual flag, or flank to the actual flag. Omni is in the lead with 2 points at the moment. It seems like they're really allowing the flank to happen, and they're really keeping their right side of the flag covered. That though leaves enough space for Roka to push to the flag, but he will be facing against Nept, and he was so low on health on that tank anymore, so he needed to back out of it, but that gave enough of an opening for the rest of the team to push in. Though Nept is still around and is totally letting that house down, making sure Well, it seems like he will be retreating out of the battle also to repair. Roka again has managed to repair his tank and is on the flag, but go. Omni in the lead with 3 points. So definitely the point or the time for ZeroDay eSports to get to the flag and hold it. Since if they let Omni to get 1 more point out of this first map, then that is going to be a really bad position for ZeroDay eSports. Axhawk here as the squad leader, trying to get the teammates to spawn on him. Gets taken out by 0 Hour though, so well played. Roka managed to spawn on the spawn beacon, but as a tanker he wasn't really able to do much there, and now it seems Omni is really strong. ZeroDay eSports need to find how they'll be able to run into the flag. Not by pigeon though. Omni frags kills him straight away. See check zone flanking kinda behind and might actually have a window here to actually get the flag. I don't know if then ZeroDay knows. Well, there is the 7th point, so now all ZeroDay eSports is able to do is to push this map into a draw if they're just able to get just 4 points that they need for it. But if Omniscient, on the other hand, if they get 1 more point out of this map, they will be winning the first map. Looking good to taking the first spot out of the whole Divisons. So again, the situation why these 2 teams were tied in the division in the first place point system was because these two teams tied against each other last time they fought, so that is the reason they're fighting here again tonight. Jackson shot 1 crossbow grenade towards the tank and then making a personal push behind the enemy flags, but Omniscient only 1 ticket away, and there we go. 8 points for Omniscient, and they get the win out of Giant Shadow, yes, Giant Shadow Redux. So definitely a strong second half for Omniscient. Basically ZeroDay eSports just didn't have they didn't really seem to have the team play going on as a together, so to say, in the second half. When they got to the flag, they weren't really there all together, and when they were trying to make the push, it was 1 or maybe 2 guys pushing in. It seemed to be easy to pick out those by Omniscient. Omniscient gets the first point. 20 kills for Shakius. Most kills out of the map. 19 for Shadowwhoop, taking the 2nd place on the kills. Not a lot of kills for Roka as the mechanic or battle mechanic for ZeroDay eSports, so definitely seemed like that he spent most of his time repairing his tank instead of making the other team to retreat. So Omni's plays against the enemy tank definitely seem to be on point on the first map. Yes, we'll be switching to the 2nd map, which will be Sinai Desert on King of the Hill game mode, so I'll be playing some music throughout that switch, and we'll be back in shortly.
Into the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know
go. We're loading into the second. And thanks for Fabio and Demon King for following the channel. At some point during the first map, totally missed out those during the actual match. But yes, we're loading into the second map, and yeah, Omniscient won the first one, Giant Shadow, with the score of 8-3. This time we see ZeroDay eSports playing on the blue side and Omniscient on the red. And this time it seems like we actually get the correct teams showing up right at the start. I paid attention this time. Shadow, one of the first players to reach the actual flag area. They have 3 players from his team on the actual flag, so are gaining the advantage on the actual flag itself. Though David managed to get a bit of a tent, the lineup for ZeroDay eSports would be quite nice of a snipe with this. But the flag possession first goes to ZeroDay eSports anyway. Rocca has taken the quite obvious tank location for the Overwatch, but he has been taken out, so Omni was definitely ready for that play, and Net on the other hand is already pushing to the flag area, so he is looking to get those kills for themselves and getting the ZeroDay eSports out of the flag area. Yes, there's only 2 more players live on the flag for ZeroDay. Enough for them to keep the flag still a bit on their side, but they are starting to lose it. Now it will be interesting to see if, well, see Max Hawk, he's at this, he is running from the spawn, so now it would be possible for Omni to actually get a spawn for going if they just kill all the players. They just need to get Jax on the flag area and not let Max Hawk to get to their flag itself, and that would definitely be a good situation. Yes, David kills, oh actually it was Shakius killed Max Hawk, but yes, so ZeroDay eSports doesn't have spawns on the flag area, so this would definitely pays good time for Omni. They just need to clear the flag and hold it for now, and we have a small of a spawn trap situation. Zero Hour with his bar again. Does not get anyone in sight, but now he sees Pigeon, but did not manage to land any shots, and ZeroDay eSports managed to actually get back to the flag. I kind of missed that situation, how they did that. I assume that they just managed to get smokes and some kills on it, and got enough room for them to approach to the flag itself. Trying to gain it for themselves, but it seems like not to do it, they have been wiped. And that was quite nice snipe by Nept, tanker for Omni, who killed one of the players, Jackson actually, quite well across the map there. We have again ZeroDay eSports here in a spawn trap situation. Omni only 3 tickets away from getting the first point. See Frax here going with auto against Rocca. David trying to snipe his Reaper rolls, but did not get the kill. Oh, but gets Nept finishes it up. Try to hide that behind a rock. And this spawn trap was definitely an effective one. They get the first point, and we're moving on to the second sector. The kills are definitely on the Omnis side, and not too surprising since they did get those spawn trap situations going there, so pretty much all the killing done by Omni this far. They get the early advantage on the flag. Seems like ZeroDay eSports is more looking into the possibility of flanking left and right to the actual flag, but on the right side they ran into two Omni players. Trading kills and keep trading, and it seems like David, yes, clears the area for themselves, and it seems like ZeroDay only have 2 players alive, the tanker and Pigeon. And Pigeon has been taken out, and Omni with the possession of the flag again. Roka is facing a lot of explosives and needs to retreat out of it. Let's see if Jackson is able to do any damage against Nept. Well, he did hit one of his crossbows, but not quite enough. Nept came for a payback. Oh, Jackson gets revived in a interesting spot, but manages to run away. And now we have Nept in trouble. Yes, the tank is gone. That's good play from ZeroDay eSports, and they are gaining the flag for themselves, so definitely a good push by Jackson and Shadow. We see David going for the left flank for themselves and trying to get behind the enemy lines. Definitely as a squad leader it's a viable tactic, especially if you are able to place those spawn beacons, but cannot get taken out now by Max Hawk, and did not do that, so gets Max Hawk out of the game, and probably would be a good idea to try to place those spawn beacons now. Takes out Pigeon though first. Omni did manage to clear the flag area. It seemed like they kind of tricked Roka to actually drive away from the flag, chasing after the first Max Hawk and then now David. So, and Shadow Whoop as the only infantry player didn't want to stick around on the flag and wait. He chose to wait for reinforcements and basically gave the flag for Omni, but he has been taken out, and it seems like ZeroDay eSports, they are managing to do the regroup now, but definitely cost the flag for them. But they gain it again. And David going for the same flank that seemed to have worked for himself 2 times in this sector. Jackson gets taken out by Chakius. X-Hawk is now sending the David here and gets him out. Yes, they have learned that there's always someone flanking from this side, so they are now on the lookouts. Nept and Roka chasing some shots. It's like Roka is in the retreat position now. Yes, less than 40% of the tank's health left. He needs to recover. That gives enough room for Nept to push into the flag and start to gain some flag capture there. Shadow Whoop, as the only player, almost clutches 2 kills, but didn't quite do it. And Omni almost with the possession of the flag again. Managing to clear the infantry players out from close proximity. Roka is definitely giving some hard time for them to actually keep doing it. But quite nice mortar shot by Frax and gets the tank out of the game, and that's definitely going to be cute times for Omni. Since this will definitely ease it for themselves to try to keep the sector, which they technically cannot lose at this point, and since ZeroDay eSports is only one ticket away from getting the point. They need the flag possession to gain that one last ticket that they see. Pigeon and Roka still on the flag area. Both of them low on health and pretty much lying down to just try to stay alive. Roka gets taken out and Pigeon only one alive, and he gets taken out also. So now Omni also one ticket away from getting a point, and they are definitely looking strong. Definitely it seems like that second sector will be going for them. Go. Really a close sector. That could have ended for anyone's hands, but not this time for ZeroDay. So, third sector before the halftime. And the kills are definitely a bit more even now compared to how they were after the first sector. Not surprised to see both teams pushing with 3 players into the flag area and having the tanks and 1 player from each team fighting overwatch positions, trying to get the enemy tanks out. Seems like the fight on the actual flag has been won by ZeroDay eSports, although Omni still has some spawn beacons. They are taken out, so yes, the flag possession goes for ZeroDay. Same time we see Roka needing to repair his tank, and Depth seems like has not taken really any hits. Seems like Jackson is trying to go for the tank, but he's looking where is the space for him to actually proceed closer to it. Shadowwhoop, on the other hand, trying to hold 2 of the Omni players back closer to the spawn and just showcasing them that just don't come here, shooting your head off. Well, it seems like Omni is not really... Well, they do know where he is, but... Oh, that was quite nice. Mortar by Frax. So we got 2 players of Omni on the actual flag area now. We don't have the majority players there, and it seems like they have been wiped out, so... Now Omni is in the position that they definitely need to make the last push to work in order to gain point from this sector. Now ZeroDay eSports is showing that this match is not over yet. Are still about to see who really is the better player. ZeroDay only 1 ticket away. And we see the final final push from Omni. Frax really alone here and did not manage to fight against 3 players himself, and yes, first point by ZeroDay eSports on this map. And we go for the second half. David leading on the kills with 18. Second place by Shadow Whoop again, 17. No tickets gained at all by Omniscient on the third sector. So, definitely a strong sector by ZeroDay eSports. Excuse me. And starting the second half in a second. Or 30. There we go. Teams have spawned in. We'll see if this will be a better sector to play from this side by ZeroDay eSports. They are again on the A flag first. Although they have been killed out of it. Interesting to see 3 players by Omni on the Overwatch position. They might have realized that Roka is going for that same position again, the Overwatch, and they just want to get that tank out here. Not managing to do at least by 0 hour. We'll be seeing a tank on tank fight here in a second. Yes, first shot by Nept. Roka misses. Omni with the possession of the flag and starting to gain tickets. You see a really strong push by ZeroDay eSports in the flag area. Max Hawk going for a bit of a flank, gets 1 kill and then retreats. Oh, we see 1 player from ZeroDay on the water tower. We'll see how long my voice will be able to go through of this. Might be getting sick. Yes, the secret tower play. 0 hour spots him though, gets him out of the tower. Only with the maturity on the flag.
Right there.
We are losing objective apples.
Objectives under attack. Push those bastards through. I'm wounded. Need a medic.
Oh, excuse me. So Nept, still on the Overwatch position, sniping some kills out of it, helping his team to try to hold the flag, but ZeroDay eSports still managed to keep the maturity on it. And they'll go with an interesting push down from the Overwatch.
We have taken objective Apple.
Seemed like ZeroDay wanted to get the maximum amount of players on the actual flag and actually gain the flag themselves. To that mean, it has worked. Again, Omni only one ticket away from getting the point, and now ZeroDay eSports again with the correct timing getting the point for themselves. But now is the position again that they need to hold it all the way through. Black area has been cleared by Omni players. The really nice double team by Frax and Shakius. Nept also doing a really good push. And it seems like Omni is one step closer to get their third point. There we go. So, for now, Omni has managed to stop the ZeroDay comeback happening. And ZeroDay eSports is at the same time running out of time to make that comeback happen. So again, in this sector, if Omni wins now, this sector, they are the winner of this match. But on the other hand, if ZeroDay eSports manage to win this sector, then they'll be pushing this. They have the chance to push this game mode into or this specific map into the overtime sectors. ZeroDay eSports almost with the possession of the flag. There we go. Although they didn't keep anyone in it. They start to lose it straight away. Really good snipes by Max Hawk. So yes, I'm definitely trying to save my voice through to, so we can actually try to get through the whole stream. So that's why one of the reasons why I'm trying to not talk too much. So Nice kill by Shadow Whip.
Sword is wounded!
ZeroDay managed to get the flag for themselves. Tickets are quite tight. Oh, we see Rag's body flying in through the air after getting killed by Jack's own.
Out of ammo! Incoming!
Omni 3 tickets away from winning. Oh, Roka just runs over 0 hour and gets a kill, clears the flag. And ZeroDay eSports starting the possession of the flag. Neb seems to be in a bit of a trouble. Uses the tank. Not his life. Well, there we go. It's taken out by something since we don't see the actual kill feed. Item. Or the weapon. Yes, so we are again tied on this sector 7-7. You see 3 of the Omni players pushing in front with the flag. 2 of them gets taken out. And the 3rd one also, so we see Shakus and David a bit of a behind the enemy line situation, but now Omni is in the position that they need to get to that flag now if they want to win this sector, since they are running out of time. Only a few seconds and there we go. 2nd point for ZeroDay eSports, and this is definitely seeming like ZeroDay eSports is going to come back. Jackson with his part doing some quite long range shooting, getting a kill. Again we see both teams with 3 infantry players pushing into the actual flag and having the tanks and 1 infantry player out of the flag area itself. And it seems like Roka is going for a really aggressive push against Nept. Seems like, yes, Nept has been taken out by Roka, and that's definitely going to be a lot easier situation again for ZeroDay eSports for it. About half minute. At the same time, on the actual flag, I'm sure flag capture area though. Omni is winning here. Shadow Whoop as the only ZeroDay player, and he's getting taken out. So. Yes, the flag possession at the start of this sector goes for Omni, and Jack Zone, only one alive behind the enemy lines, kind of did not take the shots against the enemy players. Well, he has been spotted and gets taken out with a quite clutch kill by Frags. 3 health left after that firefight. Catch Jack Zone out and definitely helping their team. Shadow Whoop getting shot from 2 different directions and did not manage to finish the kill because of that. Max Hawk, on the other hand, has managed to get to the flag area. See if he'll be able to get any squad spawns on the actual flag. But he did manage to clear the one contender there was on the area. Gets taken up by Zero Hour, who just keeps killing. 2 kills in a row. So again, Omni, or the right side of this map, or the team from the right side, seems to be controlling this sector completely. Now we see quite interesting push by ZeroDay again. Or necessarily interesting push, but really interesting retreat by Omni, since they have all of their players in the other side of the sector. They're getting mortared, changing mortar shots there. We see David here behind getting 2 kills. Gets taken out by Xhawk though, so. Again, 2v1 on the actual flag area, and Xhawk is out, and now ZeroDay's, now they're in trouble. Again, Omni 3 tickets or 2 tickets away from getting the map win here and winning the match itself. ZeroDay eSports is running out of time. They need to get to that flag area fast, and we'll see if they'll be able to do that. Here's comes this push with the smoke, and they have 3 players in. Now they just need to get at least one of those players out. Well, the VC have not been able to do that task, and they have lost the sector, and lost the map, and lost the match. Omniscient taking the 2nd point out of the match, winning 4-2 on Sinai Desert. And our North American PC Division 1 has a winner, and it is Omniscient. GG's for both of the teams, and especially for Omniscient. So again, recap about the situation. These 2 teams were in the tie-break situation. Both teams got 19 points during the actual Division 1, and they draw against each other during the actual Division 1 matches. And now they needed to break that draw situation, so this was the draw break final match, and Omniscient has won it with clear numbers 2-0. And looking at the bet situation, it seems like all of our bettors, you out there, were agreeing with each other, so all of you actually were betting on Omniscient. So interesting statistics, so that's how the betting went. We'll see if we'll be doing a post-game interview here. I'm not too sure will my voice go through it, so I'll be breathing it out for a few minutes, and let's see if we get someone from the Omniscient to join into the interview and see how it goes. But anyway, we'll be right back in a few minutes or so. Enjoy the tunes.
You told me not to leave it all behind. I guess that's what I've done. And now I don't feel the way that I should feel inside. It's time to let it go. We started out strong until the end. You gave me something I couldn't live. I guess that I'm the only one. I guess that I'm the only one. We started out strong until the end. You gave me something I couldn't live. I guess that I'm the only one. I guess that I'm the only one. You gave me something. Although it hurts.
So, welcome back to the post-game interviews, and today's in the interview we have joined Nept from the Omniscient team. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Zeke. Nice to be here.
Yes, indeed. First of all, congratulations for your team winning the match. You weren't playing here tonight, but I assume that you were actually spectating it the whole Troy.
I was actually playing. I was tanking.
Oh yeah, yes. I was so confused that Shakius was actually running the whole show, but yes, Net, yes, indeed. So, yeah, first thoughts. How did the match went?
It did go smoothly as we had hoped. I think we had wanted, no offense to our opponents who were a very strong team, but we had wanted the 8-0 and 4-0, to be perfectly honest. But with the long delay between the end of the season and the final, we haven't really had much chance to practice incursions. So it's kind of and I'm sure they're in the same position. So it's just kind of a slipshod, MacGyver everything strategy. So I think it went well. I think it could have gone a lot smoother.
Indeed. So yeah, you faced against ZeroDay eSports early also in Divisons, and that game turned out to be a draw, right? And so there was definitely a time between that match and today, so time to prepare for this situation here. So was there anything special that you were actually taking into account in practicing for this event?
Yeah, I would say that our biggest, our special secret here was that we fixed my computer, which meant that we had a tanker who hadn't had a grand hour of, a grand total of 2 hours in the tank. I don't know if you remember the last match, but Zacius went out strong, a little too strong at the beginning, and just exploded and exploded and exploded. He did well, considering he hadn't really tanked before, but it certainly put us at a disadvantage. And I guess I shouldn't be talking too much, because I went out in the beginning of this one and exploded too. But I like to think I brought it back a little bit. Apart from that, we run a lot of internal team TDMs, We find the best way to practice is against other strong players, and so we'll do 2v2s or 3v3s, for a couple hours here and there. And that was really our only work on the incursion stuff, basically just TDMing it up. Oh, and then I rolled around. My computer only got fixed yesterday, so I only had like 20 minutes or I guess a day of practice, and I would just roll around an empty server shooting at buildings. Very exciting.
So almost a close calls, could say. So
yes, yeah, it could have been very different. Zacius has improved his tanking since his original showing, but I think it could have been very different there.
Indeed. So yeah, we saw Sinai Desert and Giant Shadow. Both of those went points for the hands of Omniscient. So out of those two maps, which would be your team's favorite and most strongest?
I don't know that it's necessarily our strongest one, but I think we definitely prefer playing Giants. It just feels more like a game mode that's suited for Battlefield, and the map's a little more engaging. Sinai feels a little too tight sometimes, and then King of the Hill, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of King of the Hill, at least with the vehicle. So I would say Giants.
Yes. So, yeah, based on the performance that we saw, you could have said either one, and I would have agreed with it anyway. But yeah,
but Giants is also just prettier, right? It's a prettier map, and I like pretty.
Definitely a lot of grass there to look at compared to those grains of sand. So your team won the prize money out of this specific match out of here. So have you already planned how that will be spent for the team?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to take it all. Hookers and blow, I think, is the phrase.
Right. Yes.
I don't know how much I can buy with that, but we're going to see. I would like to mention, before I forget, thank you very much to you and your support staff for hosting the event in the first place. I know how much of a pain it is to be an administrator for a league. And on top of that, North American competition has been kind of lacking in general since, sites like TWL went down. We haven't had a lot of opportunity to compete unless you're playing, Counter-Strike or Overwatch, neither of which we're particularly fond of. So big hats off to you guys. You ran it well. You're dedicated to it. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, and no problem indeed. So, I know it's a late Tuesday night for you, but will there be a celebration for the occasion?
Yeah, we're uninstalling Battlefield 1. That's our celebration. We, the way we'd set it up was we weren't counting on the playoffs happening, so everyone had these, out-of-town vacations or dental surgery for one of our players scheduled just after the regular season. And we could have played that original map maybe the first weekend, but after that, both teams had a hard time finding a weekend that, was available. So we kind of had to slog through Battlefield for 3 weeks longer than we'd hoped to. And even before you guys announced this competition, we'd all already uninstalled Battlefield and started looking at other games. We enjoy Battlefield, but I feel like they slowed it down a little too much for my taste. And maybe I'm just a COD loser.
Yeah, well, that definitely could be said that Battlefield 1 was definitely a bit late with all the DLCs and especially with the Incursions. So, yeah.
And you guys got, from the league perspective, you had it dropped on you, last minute, trying to organize everything here. Again, great job there. I'm kind of surprised anything came together at all.
Yeah, kind of surprised me too here also. Yeah, so you say that your teams have pretty much dropped out of playing Battlefield generally, so would you think that they'll be still back when the new title drops out next fall?
Maybe. We generally like games with a higher skill ceiling, and I know Battlefield players are going to freak at that, but in terms of the actual shooting, like player models don't move very fast. They definitely don't move very fast after these acceleration changes and like the double nerf of the slide, which I enjoyed.
Yes.
So it's quite slow paced. I would honestly prefer something like Unreal Tournament or Quake even. But we're actually looking at the new COD. I'm sure the Battlefield community will love that. But the new COD or Fallout 76, if Battlefield is the only competitive venue that's not Counter-Strike or Overwatch or Hearthstone, then, you know, maybe. It looks pretty. We'll probably end up buying it at some point, but we're not super jazzed about more Battlefield at the moment.
It definitely isn't the game for everyone. Definitely would be.
No.
Your team will be welcoming joining into any of the future contests that will be holding it that platform. Yeah, so at the end of the interview, I can give you the free word of saying whatever you want to say. Say hi to your mom or stuff like that.
Oh, I hadn't thought this out. Well, my team owes me a shirt.
How come?
Well, I wasn't. The idea was that I've been trying to kind of move myself away from active playing for a while, and the idea was they would take over and play the championship. And we had a scrim yesterday in Incursions, and it didn't go super hot. So I was like, I guess I'll have to play. And I said, if I play and we win, you owe me a shirt. So they owe me a relatively expensive shirt, but they're going to split it, you know, between the lot of them. So I think it'll be okay. Apart from that, and thanking you guys again, I'm starting to sound like a kiss ass, but we really do appreciate it. I want to thank all of the team, all 8 players on the team, and then our supporting members and friends. The Automatic Mustangs were another team that helped us out a lot during the season and gave us more opportunities to practice than we otherwise would have. Which reminds me, Dice, if you're making another competitive mode, for the love of Christ, please allow us to launch a private server without 10 people. Like just one person. We should be able to. I don't think I'm alone here, but I think we should be able to go into, you know, the maps that we're playing and actually look at them without having to round up 10 people every time. And I guess the last thing would be, Dice, I would love it if you sped up your game a little bit. You know, it's like take your developers outside, show them how fast a human moves around. You know, maybe go for a light run. You know, people move faster than like 2 kilometers an hour. And that's it. That's kind of a dick thing to leave off on. But it's important to me.
It definitely raises a lot of thoughts on everyone. We'll see. Yeah. Interesting way to... Never seen this one before. Yeah.
Oh, and thank you very much to ZDE, of course. They played very well both times, and definitely gave us a challenge we weren't expecting the first time, and came right back after that long break and gave us another challenging matchup here. And I know they're playing with higher pings than they would have liked, and so kudos to them for following through on that.
Indeed, that definitely will be something we'll be looking into next. Competitions,
yeah,
how to actually...
Central servers.
Yes.
Central servers would be perfect.
Yeah, so I think we'll be pretty much done with the stream here tonight. So, Neb, thanks for joining into the interview. And again, congratulations for the win.
Thank you very much. I hope you get some sleep or a lot of caffeine for the rest of the day.
I'm not too sure which one I'll be going for first. Yes, so yeah, thanks for both teams joining in, if any of you ZeroDay eSports listening there, and well, thanks for all the viewers who joined in to watch this spectacular match. And thanks for all who followed the channel and all the bits that have been given throughout the stream. Yeah, we're pretty much ending it here, so we'll see when we'll be streaming next time. Probably it will be another international friendly match between some nations, but we'll see, we'll see.
Canada #1.
Indeed. Yeah, my name was Chaos Shake, and I'll be leaving you to it. Catch you next time.